Hold on. Hey everybody, welcome to Street Fight Radio. We are here Wednesday night, time for a street fight. You know it well. We were away. We went on our tour, the Hellfire Congregation tour, and we were gone for a few weeks. You got a Q&A, stuff like that.
You already got a show. They already got a
Basement show, call-in show, another basement show, right? They've gone so long without content. I'm glad to be back in the basement with Brian talking trash. Thanks for showing up. For those of you on the live stream, that's Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Jump in the chat. It's unified so everybody can see it. Also, Discord is jumping as well. So any way you want to interact with the show, there's a bunch of people hanging out. And you can always see our lovely faces on video at those places. Otherwise, podcast is perfectly fine. You're working out. You're working. Whatever you're getting done, thanks for choosing us. We are the #1 anarcho-comedy radio show in any station across the nation. We've been doing it for 8 years now out of Columbus, Ohio. You can find us on WCRS here in the 614 area code. And we'll be taking your calls hopefully this Sunday with special guests Jack and Leslie from the Struggle Session podcast, because this Sunday, they're flying into Columbus, and on Monday, we're driving to Indianapolis to do a show. We're going to be at the Irving Theater, and then from there on Tuesday, the 27th, we're driving to Detroit, Michigan, doing a show at Planet Ant. The Independent, I think, is also another name. We're coming back on Wednesday. Not sure if we'll record a basement show. I hope so. I think we should. Thursday, we're heading to Chicago. Friday, we're doing a show at the Hideout, one of our favorite places. That's where the KJB chant started, was there in Chicago. Everybody shows up. It's one of my favorite places. Get tickets now for all of these, because some of them are going to raise the prices on the day of. So secure them while you can. If you're in need of financial assistance at all, just get a hold of us on Twitter, Twitch, whatever the fucking messenger thing is. We'll take care of you. Just let us know. We'll find someone to take care of the half of a price of a ticket for you if necessary. I think that's all, right? Sex Zine is being ironed out right now. It's about to come out. I just did the final editing on it. It's going to be hot off the presses sometimes next week, and I'm going to be placing that order. So lots of shit going on in Street Fight Land. Head on that Patreon, patreon.com/streetfightradio, because we are trying to spread this mess across the U.S., and we need a big budget to get this shit going.
Big, huge one, yeah. I also just need a big budget just for my regular everyday life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, a big budget I'm looking for.
Interesting enough, I've seen you complaining, and some of your parental problems that you have are something that my parents never had the money to do. Like, the people that my peers and kids around me didn't have the money for, like, dermatologists or for, you know, any of the college spending. I was talking to someone today about college, investing for college and stuff like that. Like, we are now living the thing where, like, we have enough money, but it just goes towards, like, actually getting regular doctor visits, you know? Otherwise, we would just be working a regular job and ignoring it.
Right. It's it's really weird because, like, I do make more than I did as a cable guy, but my bills have just, like, skyrocketed since this kid turned old. It's crazy. I thought, you know, maybe I'm going to get out of this. I mean, truthfully, what I really thought was that, like, you know, there's a business here that she could work for and make really good money for a teenager, and she would have money, so it wouldn't be incumbent on me to, like, buy every single thing for her. I am 6 days into the school year, first year of high school. And first off, let me just say I visited her high school. This is much better than where I went. Now is where the time where I'm looking at, like, okay, maybe it's good. that I moved here. Because I don't think I talk about it much on the air, but I don't like my neighborhood. I mean, like, me and Brett talk about it a lot because it's kind of just something I complain about. It's like, I've been wanting to move for 5 years or so because the neighborhood I live in is not like, doesn't have my vibes. You know what I mean? Like, and I moved there at a time where I was very confused about who I was as a person and shit.
Yeah, and you really did. You made the right decision at a time in your life when you really didn't know much about classism at all, or like wealth and all that stuff. And you really did make the right move. And you're really sacrificing. You're renting. You don't have the ability to buy or anything there. Like, you have just committed yourself to rent in this place, so that your daughter has access to a great school that isn't, the piece of shit that you went to.
Exactly. And I think there is a part of me that feels like it felt good today after going to the orientation stuff, because I wasn't just throwing her into a barn with a bunch of animals,
right?
Like the school I went to,
right?
I mean, it was just like I went to a very fucking weird place.
No, you went to a school that was a requirement. They're like, well, you have to. The kids have to go somewhere here, and they're like, fuck, really? They're like, yeah, you gotta do it. Yeah. Like, there wasn't any focus on turning them into like tomorrow's leaders,
right? And this place, like, they I mean, one of the teachers said something that blew my fucking mind as a guy that went to Groveport Madison High School. And it was, I don't want them asking me if they can go to the bathroom. Just go back there and sign the sheet and go to the bathroom if you got to go to the bathroom.
What?
I'm not trying to
get
in their way.
Heart your vibe. Hey man, nature calls. We respect that.
Yeah, and I was like, what?
They do that?
Yeah, they just can get up and go to the bathroom. And I was like, oh my God. The amount of, obviously I tried to go to the bathroom sometimes 3 times in one class. And I would definitely have taken advantage of that.
Sure.
But I think maybe these kids,
well,
some of them do. I'm not saying that some of them probably don't, because I'm not saying this school is full of very innocent people, because I don't believe that. Because I wanted to talk about this week on the show anyway. My daughter, 8th grade, or was in 8th grade last year. She's in 9th grade now. We had a conversation. I know what starts happening, right? In like 9th grade, when you're 14, 15 years old.
Oh, yeah.
It's like time to have talks.
Yeah.
Really, this is like
you've been preparing for the whole time.
I actually have said that before too. I was like, everybody who has a kid, like, is only really thinking about when they're a teenager, no matter what age they are.
Yeah.
Like, that is always, because I know when she was 3, I was like, when she's 13, this is going to be big.
Yeah.
We're going to have to deal with this.
Well, when they're young, it's like, keep their fingers out of the light sockets. They're easy to wrangle in. But yeah, absolutely. Before I had a kid, the thought was like, do I want to have a teenager? Like, they can make it through, but you're like throwing them through a gauntlet that really chews people up.
Yeah.
And what comes out on the other side, if they do, I think, going to be all right, but it is a really rocky period of life.
And it's scary for them and you.
Yeah, and it's something that, even as much as we are like up our kids' ass, we just can't penetrate inside of them to change, how they're feeling about the situation a lot of times,
There's that. And there's also, like, we can't change anything about these feelings they have.
Right.
Like, even the same feelings I had. I actually, in November to December, I am already planning the miniseries bonus show after Shocktober is me and Gwen. Brett, I think, says he wants to be involved too, and then different women.
I had fun on the Gwen show. We did.
We're gonna have like women like Libby Watson, Shannon Strucci, and like those are the people I've asked so far. There's a lot. Kath and Rachel, and
it's like your anti-Movember movement.
I think it is. You're right. I did. Well, I just want more women on the feed and stuff. So I was like, I'll put this together. We're gonna talk about relationships.
I just want to say we have good vibes on this show. And I wanted to say also, this show just got sponsored by the smooth flavor of Ivanovich menthol tobacco flavored vodka. Thank you.
Well, I I actually think it's interesting to talk about relationships at people at a bunch of different ages, and however they identify and stuff like that. Like for me, it's like I'm 40 and I'm watching her go through a bunch of the same shit I did, and it's really blowing my mind in the way that like the way that I thought about women for a number of years was painted by these things that I had in my mind, these power dynamics and stuff like that I had built in my mind, that I'm just now at 40 learning that women were going through exactly the same fucking thing. They were just as afraid, probably more, really, because of like assault and stuff, but they were afraid of us. Yeah. They were afraid of awkward situations. They were afraid if we asked them out. Yeah. Like I was
it's a lot of patriarchy.
Right. Well,
I mean, even still left over. I mean, me and you, like, when we hang out, there isn't a lot of like, punching each other in the balls and really manly man shit. But still, the way that things, it's unavoidable that I'm always like,
hanging out with dudes.
The male gaze. I have the male gaze.
Right.
And like I'm always looking at it that way and, palling around with guys.
Yeah. And like, even, I'm not even like, but I can even cut out like the patriarchy part and all that stuff and just even look at the base relationship stuff that she's going through was like a lot of the same shit I did.
That's crazy.
And I'm like watching it and I'm thinking like all that time, like I thought women had all the power. I thought that, I'm serious.
That's wild.
But I'm telling you how.
No, it's honest.
But yeah, I thought that they had all the power and even would utter the phrase. And if you're a cis heterosexual male and you didn't say this, I don't know. But it's if a woman wants to go out and have sex, she can have it any damn time she wants. But it's different for men. It's like that was like kind of the vibe, the thought I had in my mind. And like, or it was like, and if she wanted to be my girlfriend, she would just ask me. She wouldn't make me ask her. This wouldn't like be a game and shit like that. And it wasn't a fucking game. But I'm watching her go through. I'll give you. I'll give you an example. Some boy asked her out like 6 times. 6 times.
That's pretty. Yeah.
Turned him down 6 times.
Okay.
And then was mad because he had another girlfriend because she actually liked him.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. It's a tough feeling to process. You're like, no, that was my trash I didn't want. Why did someone else pick it up?
And it was like, for me, I wanted to tell her, I told her, like, you asked this fucking dude out he asked you out 6 times. Like, you had 6 fucking shots.
I mean, technically, he went overboard.
Well, no, because she kept saying she was interested.
Oh.
It was sort of like, hey, you want to meet me at Jenny's and have ice cream? Okay. And she was like, no, but some other time, I would love to do that. I'd be interested in that.
Okay.
And then he would say, do you want to come over to my house and swim? Which she was like, no, I'm not swimming with you like the first time. And then he said, so do you want to go to like get Dairy Queen? It was just like all these asking.
Just kids.
Yeah. And she wanted to be like, she wants a boyfriend so bad. And I wanted a girlfriend so bad. And like, I'm watching it and it just...
It takes practice.
I wish we could fucking talk to each other.
No, it's practice. It's practice. I mean, they're all working their way out. I mean, right now is even better than ever. I just like see the world and the role models that are in pop culture, and I don't put too much stock in it, but I do know that right now people are a lot more aware of what's going on. The younger kids, Zoomers, are advancing and interacting and courting in a very different way, than the shit that we went through.
Yeah, I just kind of.
But it is like, it's just feeling it out. It's just natural. It's just like you're both scared, and then you don't know, and then you fuck it up, and then you just go to the next one, and eventually you get better. You just got to keep like getting out there,
Right. I totally agree with that, but I think what I'm saying is it's really hard for me to see it and not just be like, fucking go for it. Yeah. Just be honest with these people. That like these things that you want to happen, be honest and they will happen. Or
Yeah.
they won't happen, but you will at least know.
But I mean, that's the best you can do. I mean, you learn from this situation, and I mean, it'll happen again. There'll be another opportunity. There'll be plenty in the future.
Oh, I
and
know.
Just like this is just like, all right. Oh, this is where I make a different decision. This is where like somebody that I actually like has asked me out twice. I'm not gonna make him ask 3 times.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, just, again, like I kept thinking back on like relationships when I was a kid, when I was a teenager, where it was like, I posted this online. People thought I was bragging, but I swear, this is not something. I never got a girlfriend by asking her out. I always got asked out by girls. And
yeah.
it wasn't,
well, you just let the tension build, right?
Yeah, it had nothing to do with like my attractiveness or my popularity or how fucking cool I was or anything. It actually was like I would sit on the phone with a girl for 8 hours every night for fucking 6 weeks at a time and be like, oh, I like you, do you like me? Like we would just sit and talk about stuff, but I would never be like, will you be my girlfriend? And like it would just most of the time just go to the wayside. Like just we wouldn't even talk anymore. You know what I mean? Like and like I heard a lot. I told my daughter this story about this girl like I was with. I went to see the movie The Crow. I'll tell you this story because I told Gwen this story so that she would kind of get an idea of what I'm talking about. I went to see the movie The Crow back when it came out on the night that it premiered, and I sat next to this nice girl named Julie that I like had been attracted to, and we held hands through the whole movie, right? And I got a telephone number, and we sat and talked on the phone for like months. I think it was like 2 months. It was like every night I'd come home and talk on the phone to this girl, and then we would hang up, and then we would talk in school and shit, and it was just this like really nice little thing. We weren't like officially going out or whatever because you had to, for a weird reason, ask somebody out. You couldn't just like with me and my wife, it was just sort of like it just morphed into a relationship. There was no will you be my girlfriend. You
gotta declare that shit out loud.
In high school you did. I don't think you do after. So anyway, so we're going to this thing at a place called Leaps and Bounds Teen Night, which was a night where you would crawl through tubes and play in ball pits with other teenagers. Like me and my friends would, all get high and show up and do like everything the bad way and just, be horrible, right? And right before we leave, this girl calls me and she's like, hey, are we going to Leaps and Bounds? But I think, and he's here, and I'm not trying to be a dickhead, I think Jason answered the phone and all of our friends were there. And he told me it was for me and who it was. And I answered it. I talked and said, yeah, I'll see you there. And I hung up. And all my friends started like going off. Like, oh, what's going on with you? And I got embarrassed. So I went to fucking Leaps and Bounds that night. And I avoided her the whole night. Didn't even look her in the eye. Didn't even talk to her. And like she hated me from that day kind of forward. And this was like 9th grade. And, we had to go to school together and sit by each other in class and shit like that, and like I hurt that girl's feelings for like no reason, no, like literally no good reason.
I feel miserable right now.
I know. It's just like,
yeah, I mean it's a tough age. That definitely demonstrates that it's a very tough age,
right?
But and it was 6 days in already. It's been redlined. Is it white knuckles?
She's just everything. It's just
meltdowns.
No, it's not meltdowns. It's like sensory overload. It's like so much. There are 2 new grades of boys that she's not really seeing.
Nice.
Right, and girl. Well, but can't date anybody that's like above 10th grade. I think, like if you're a 9th grade girl and you date a senior, there's a lot of bad talk about you and stuff like. It's a very weird situation. Like I'm learning
peer correction is what it's called.
Yeah, I'm just learning a lot of stuff about like what I guess like I'm learning more about myself. Like it's making me re-examine that period of my life where like I made a lot of mistakes and like I hurt a lot of people's feelings and like other people hurt my feelings, and it's just been a really weird kind of realization, and then it makes me want to tell her like don't fuck this up, even though
no, don't say that.
Right,
that's the
that's
worst.
what I'm saying. What do you mean? That's That's what
How
I'm
did you
saying.
come up with that?
I know. That's what I'm saying. But that's all I want to say to her is like, come on, man. Don't fuck this up. Just do the things that are going to make you feel good. You know?
Figure out the things that you like. Focus all your time on those, and then get out, and you can do whatever you want when you're an adult.
Yeah. And, you know, the dermatologist thing is just, I mean, you know, that's the healthcare system, and like you can't.
Or the tennis thing too. It's like, you know, I want to play sports. How much is that? $160. Well, I don't have $160. You're not playing. You're not going to play that, right? But you know, now you have money. You've achieved a level of success, but it just goes to stuff like that.
Right. I just sat down.
Just goes to pay for the shit that school should already be covered. You know,
I had a fucking guy, the choir teacher. He's sitting there telling me. Not me personally. He was like, "Oh yeah, and on the night of the choir concert, there is you have to wear black shoes, black pants, black shirt, like all black.
Yeah,
you can't wear anything else."
Sure.
And I'm like, I think I'm gonna have to go buy stuff because I don't think she has like
course.
an all black thing. And also, homecoming is coming up in September, so I have to also buy a homecoming dress by the end of next month. And it's just you start looking at these things and you're like. As soon as she said homecoming and I have to buy a homecoming dress, I realized that there's going to be a prom dress.
Yeah.
And I'm like melting down so much because it is like I bought a calculator for $149, you know? And it's like every single thing that could cost me money. Everything's so expensive.
Yeah.
For school, it's It's weird.
It's hard. I mean, it's hard to. It's really. I mean, I'm grateful that I can afford it, but I do have moments where I'm like, how does anyone else make this work? You know, this is so taxing. This is just adds up so fast.
How does somebody that works and makes like just a little bit less than me? I mean, you really $500 less a month, and I'd be dying. Right now, like it's just like how does somebody who makes less money than me
it's hard to
buy
do.
the calculator? How do they buy the shoes?
I mean,
you
buy everything. You get hand-me-downs. You get everything used. There's ways to do it. I mean, you can make it work.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, but you know, and
what I did. We always went to Play It Again Sports if I wanted to do anything. We just bought used. That's the used shop in town. There was one near our house.
Yeah, there's not one really close to me, and it's
just like clearance shopping on everything else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
just flea market shit.
Yeah,
haggling. I know you don't do it, but that is how you do. You go to the flea market and you're like, I want to get this shit. They're like, it's $10. You're like, I'll give you $6. And they're like, how about $8? You're like, that's what I was going to pay.
I'll say this too. I've been so when we go on tour, I go to a Hypebeast store and I buy her a shirt.
Yeah.
$100 t-shirt from those $70, $80, $100 t-shirt. Supreme shirts usually. And I just bought her a new one in Atlanta. And I was like, you want to wear that shirt to school? And she was like, people think I'm flexing. And I'm like, that's what you're supposed to do in school.
A little bit of flexing.
You know? But she did wear it and felt very good at the end of the day. Like all kinds of people were just like, what?
Yeah, it's like when I used to match my pager clip to my Jinkos.
When I wore
Sometimes you do it. I mean, you can be grody, but then days you just got to walk in like feeling yourself. It's important.
Yeah, and people are impressed by the names of brands.
Yeah, that gets them going. Children are only focused on brand name.
Right. You want to hear a funny? Put your headphones in, Brett. And everybody out
more
there,
audio
get
content.
ready for some audio content.
I love audio content. Brian was like, we're not going to be doing this like all the time. I want our show to be like down and dirty.
Right. Well, this is not sound effects. So
I want to do sound effects.
Tell
me if you want sound effects. Sound off if you want sound effects.
You're not going to get them anyway.
Burner.
So this guy is called a right-wing journalist, and his name is Matt Couch. And he is some right-wing guy.
Sounds like a quarterback name.
It does, actually. And he is fighting a lawsuit because he made some claims about the Seth Rich murder or something.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about. The Clintons killed that guy. Or
allegedly.
The Clintons allegedly killed a guy and then all this stuff. And he made some claims.
Right.
So, for people that don't know how sponsorship works in a lot of podcasting and media like this, what you do is you send the company an email, they give you a promo code, And then people type in that promo code on the site if they buy, Blue Chew or whatever the shit is.
Yeah, you get X amount per code exchange.
Yeah, you don't get anything if nobody buys anything.
The bigger podcasts do.
Okay.
They get outright deals.
Okay. So
Mid-roll will pay people to just get on there. But yeah, your average regular old podcast is just really hustling discount codes.
yes.
$10 for someone to try out boner pills.
So here we go. Well, let's listen to what this guy says when he's trying to sell this, whatever this is. Yeah.
I'm going to give you a little tip, okay? So you get yourself a couple of cups of Beard Vet coffee down.
Okay, coffee.
And then you go in and you brush your teeth and you grab some lavender and black pepper beard oil.
Okay.
Oh.
A couple drops, put it all
Okay.
in there, you know?
He's like me. Fancy boy.
And I'm telling you, literally, women will chase you like you're a pork chop. All right?
Love it.
It's true. That's actually a proven scientific fact. We've got studies on this.
It's like Axe body. It's like Axe body spray.
Women will chase you like a pork chop. We've got scientific studies for this. And it's funny because I am getting advertised all of this shit now.
I'm just so jealous of the way they just get to ride the line of ignorance of like being the most macho guys in the world, but also using lavender and black pepper oil, right?
Right, but that's what women like, is what he would tell you.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you got to do what women like,
Right.
unfortunately.
It's
you
calming.
know.
It calms them down, makes them comfortable around you.
Yeah. But the beard oil thing also is you just want to be like, check out my beard.
I want to make the shit look nice.
Yeah.
I mean, you shouldn't make it look good. They're not like, they have, like, someone that's not given into, like, they're not like mountain men, like, I'm a man, I don't trim my beard at all. And it's like, no, I have a Norelco that I'm doing a sponsored ad for.
Yeah.
I have a Norelco one blade.
Yeah. And what's funny, I think, is that, like, I think part of it stems from being friends with you. Part of it stems from the types of things I search on the internet. And part of it probably stems with just like leftism. You know what I mean? Or maybe liberal. I would think they might think I'm like a liberal or whatever. I'll say, something to the left of moderate. Is that now I am getting a ton of ads for different things that are,
The ad game switched up?
Well, first of all, XO, Cricket protein.
You got
bars.
the Cricket bars. They heard you talking about them. You've typed Cricket enough into your phone.
But the one thing I have been getting lately too,
Exos, they're good.
It's called Mudwater.
Ooh, what's that?
MDWTR.
I haven't gotten that one.
And it is like a tea. And here's the
problem.
problem.
Can you put his screen on there? Can you switch to his screen, Jason? Can you put his screen up there?
And here's the problem. So this is Mudwater. MUDWTR. And
so this is a very sleek tin can. It's like matte black, and it has just in white, like Times New Roman font, all of the ingredients, I guess.
Right. So let's go through the ingredients first. And let me do the sales thing.
We need to link up with YKS for a crossover like this.
I know, it's great. And like the reason I'm bringing this up is because do you remember when we first heard about Kratom and we were like, it's bullshit, that shit don't work?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now I'm semi interested every single fucking time I see one of these things.
You think cordyceps mushrooms might hit real hard?
It says it's a coffee alternative consisting of organic ingredients lauded by cultures old and young for their health and performance benefits, with 1/7 the caffeine of coffee.
That's not good.
It gives you natural energy, focus, and more without the jitters and crash. The other thing it tells
does have
you,
cordyceps.
Right,
I just saw it. Sorry.
I
I called that one. I fucking knew it. I know my shit.
One of the things it tells you on the ad on Facebook, though, is that it's like, it feels like Adderall. Actually, this stuff is like Adderall, which it knows I'm into drugs.
Yeah.
So it's just fucking like.
Well, people are real honest. I mean, I my favorite thing, honestly, is when I see goofy goofy ads. I love to go in the comments and see the bullshitters, and then just the ad people that are required, like the customer service people that are required to respond to all that stuff.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
I know we respect your opinion, but we think we've got something really going here. Check out our website in the About Us section, you know?
So this thing,
But this is someone saying this is real speed.
they said this is Adderall without all the negative
Natural
effects,
Adderall.
right? This is like,
Natural.
Yeah, better than coffee with 1/7 of the caffeine.
Yeah, that's-
and it's Adderall. So let's.
I mean, I started drinking 1/2 of a caffeine, and I still feel like it doesn't deliver the punch I started drinking the V8s that are 80 milligrams.
yeah,
That's my go-to.
I drink about 500 milligrams of caffeine. a
Woo!
day.
Good Lord.
And I'm not trying to like.
I do like a more 500 milligrams of THC a day.
Yeah, see, we switched that
That's-
off.
yeah.
It's got cacao, which does nothing.
Oh, I love cacao.
But
though.
it does nothing. And
Good-
it tastes
good
bad,
for your
too.
body.
Sure. Whatever.
Flavonoids.
But it tastes
Flavonoids.
It tastes
Flavonoids.
bad, and it's not very good. It's got masala chai, which is just tea.
That's
as
just
far
a
as I can
flavoring.
tell.
Yeah, that's just that means it tastes good.
Turmeric.
Turmeric, that shit cures cancer. That'll get rid of your colon cancer quick.
Don't know. That is alleged.
Turmeric keeps
and
Indian people alive forever. That's how they get.
turmeric does not cure cancer.
Turmeric takes care of cancer. You can look up the research, man. They throw it on cancer cells. It gets rid of it. I swear. Somebody Google it for me so I can send it to them.
This is
I've read about it.
CBD
I've read
talk.
about it.
This is cannabinoids.
Turmeric
Turmeric.
on cancer cells fucks it up
Well, I
so
mean,
bad.
and I'll say this.
You want to have some turmeric floating around in your colon, especially if you're a meat-eating man. You want to get a little bit of turmeric in there.
It is good in a chicken noodle soup.
Ooh, interesting. Oh, that
I
is
use it in there.
exotic.
No,
I
it's
love
not.
it.
It's
No,
like
my
a
mother,
regular
my
recipe.
dad would spit that out.
It
My
was
dad would
normal.
spit turmeric out of chicken noodle soup.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
unheard of.
Throw
Are you
it in
kidding
there.
me?
Sea salt. That's
I'd
not
prefer
what-
sea moss. Sea
whatever.
moss has more
Okay.
vitamins.
Well, I don't know what moss. I don't know that that's the same.
Sea salt in the morning does activate some hormones, I've heard. I just heard it on one of those Activate Your Life podcasts today from the Bulletproof Coffee guy. A little bit of sea salt in the morning will get you going quick.
You know what I just saw yesterday?
I swear to God.
I was watching that show Most Expensivest,
Oh, yeah.
and it's like 2 Chainz doing expensive stuff.
Right.
That's a gig that I wouldn't mind.
That is
having.
fun.
And then just at the end be like, capitalism's bullshit.
We have a bunch of gold leaf
I know.
that we could we want to. Someone sent us this gold leaf, and they were like I couldn't figure out where it came from. It just came from an online like eBay auction, and they were like, "Well, we wanted you to show that it's like bullshit that like putting gold on stuff doesn't make it worth $1,000."
Okay.
Because he paid like
Let me get some.
He paid like $9.98 for this
Oh,
shit.
that's wise. So anyway, the next ingredient, cinnamon, which
This is
I
a
enjoy.
24 karat edible gold leaf. The good
Is
shit.
it only one?
No, 10 of them, bro.
Toss me one. I'll eat one. So
Woo,
anyway,
that's gold.
yeah.
Looks like that is basically like ooh.
Oh, let me get that. Let me
Ooh,
get that.
shit. That's the
trying to
good
get
shit.
that.
That's a soft shit.
I'm gonna lick that off your finger.
Ooh, look at that. Look at that shit, man.
Brett, you're gonna be
That's
getting
a
a
soft shit.
injection soon, aren't you?
Yeah, I would.
You're gonna go do the Hey, look. we'll do
Hot
it for
hot
podcast.
sauna is what I want. The Dutch hot sauna without the water is what I want more than anything in my daily life. Oh shit. That's that gold. We're eating gold.
So anyway,
It sticks to your lips too. Just ooh, it tastes like coins. It tastes
Yeah.
like coins.
it do.
Oh, that is coins.
But you're
You
gonna
want to try this? You want to get some gold? You like the finer things in life. Come on, Jason likes everything.
I'm gonna.
He's
put
a
that-
gourmand. He wants to soak it all up. Get on this gold, motherfucker.
It doesn't taste like anything.
24 karat gold. It's like eating a chain from the middle of the mall.
Right. So anyway,
Ooh, he down the hatch. It's like licking pennies.
is that good? Jason?
Imagine that on top of some chorizo.
Not good.
What would that do?
Just nothing, really.
I mean, is it good
Waste
for
of
your
money.
body?
No. I don't
It
think
probably
eating
makes-
metal's
does it make
good
your
for
dookie
body.
look cool?
I don't think eating metal's like at all good for your body.
It might make
is my
iron.
guess.
Some of the iron.
All right, yeah.
You might make your dookie look cool. Sorry.
Cinnamon is nothing.
No, cinnamon definitely regulates hormones.
You're gonna get the fucking injections.
Get your kidneys regulated. Cinnamon is an ancient one.
I want to give you permission.
Cinnamon also is the 0-calorie spice. You can throw it on everything.
Oh, I love cinnamon. I want to give you permission to get the IV.
I want it.
with show money.
Okay.
And then report on that shit.
Okay, I'll do it.
I
Thank
need
you.
you
All
to.
I needed was permission.
Well, I mean, you could have done it without me giving permission.
No,
but
this is a co-CEO position.
as a project, as a project, I would like you to get it because you seem like then you'll get addicted to it, and I'd be interested.
Okay.
Chaga. Do you know what chaga is?
I don't. I'm embarrassed that I don't, because that's a great name. That sounds like a classic.
Yeah, they had to put
Chaga.
something in there that you would know. Cordyceps.
Well, no, they have to. Yeah, they have to keep you on your toes. You can't just be somebody that knows all your motherfucking. They can't just put burdock root in there.
It's
Everybody
a mushroom.
knows that.
It's a mushroom.
See, the mushrooms have magical powers. That's definitely true. There's some wild shit in fucking mushrooms.
and you're like into them, right?
Yeah, no, they're
like you're
great.
into all this stuff.
They're perfect.
Yeah, and it's got reishi and cordyceps.
Cordyceps is also another mushroom. That's the one I know that makes you really smart and gets your brain activated.
Also turned ants or something into zombies. You hear that shit?
did it?
Yeah.
It makes your brain like pinch harder so that you get like harder wrinkles. It makes it like it's like flexing the wrinkles in your brain and makes them bigger and stronger.
I just realized sometimes that me and Brett are in totally different streams of information where like all the space
This is
that
all
I
me-
use to know what the next Marvel movie's going to be or like going to see movies and stuff is like that is in your brain is occupied with different like things with nutrients.
Yeah,
in them.
I do like nootropics, but it's just an expensive habit. It's an expensive habit. What do they want to? They want to get you in the mud water lifestyle. It's probably $5 a day or something.
Yeah, and then
this shit will keep you alive until you're 120.
No, it's not. It's got lion's mane.
That's a good one too.
What
That's
is
another
lion's
mushroom.
mane? Oh, so
all
they
mushrooms.
just do a bunch of mushrooms.
Yeah,
in this
there's
tea.
the other one that does the mushrooms. There's a podcast I listen to that has the same thing. But yeah, it's basically like they just are trying to sneak mushrooms into your fucking life because there's a bunch of weird shit in there that we can all use.
I mean, it just and every time I see him now, like
We should
every
get-
time
let's
I
get mud
see,
water. I want to try it.
don't buy the mud water.
I don't want I don't want coffee, but I do like mushrooms. So that
It's
is
tea
maybe
though.
good.
It's not like coffee or. Water.
Well, I don't drink coffee, but
It's not coffee though.
right,
It's-
which is great. So
like
maybe I
half
should
and
drink
half.
mud water.
Well, don't.
I'm gonna get
I mean,
mud water.
I don't want you to. I would say.
I've
get mud water.
hovered over it so many times, but it's always like $29.95.
Oh, you have looked at mud water before?
No, I've looked at the other mushroom tea brand. I don't know who they are.
Yeah,
but there's
and-
another mushroom tea brand out there that advertises the fuck out of me, and they always get me to hover over the checkout thing, and I just can't do it.
Well, the thing that fucks me up the worst about this stuff is like Kratom. We thought it was bullshit. We thought Kratom was like the dumbest thing that you could ever possibly think of. And then we got it and we were like, oh my God, Kratom works. You know what I mean? Where we were just like, holy shit. So it basically opened up my mind to being like, well, there's a bunch of shit that the government hasn't been able to figure out how to make illegal. And I need to go find those
Yeah,
things.
some of those supplements are pretty good. I mean, you should definitely be careful with them, but there are ones that if you do enough research, if your brain is like broken in the right way, like taking a 5-HTP or like L-theanine and shit like that will drastically turn your shit around.
Right, I have restless legs, and I will take 2 magnesiums before
Yeah.
I go to bed, and that shit just isn't there anymore.
Yeah.
And even to the point where like I kind of was like, this is some bullshit, right? The magnesium thing. I was like, this is 100%
Right,
just
I
a
can just-
placebo. I'm gonna stop taking it, so I stopped taking it when we left on the Hellfire tour. And by the end of the Hellfire tour, I had restless legs again, and I wasn't sleeping. And I was like, holy shit. It's the damn magnesium. Plus, also, Brett almost killed himself with zinc one time, I think it was. He took too much.
It was magnesium.
It was Okay, you got to tell this story again because it's probably been 3 or 4 years since you told it. But it's so,
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe it was I was trying to supplement myself with magnesium, and I took one right before bed, and then I had to wake up and do my job as a donut person at like 3 a.m. And when I got off of my shift at 6, I was like, well, I want to start taking this pill in the morning after I get off work. So I took it again, more magnesium. And for some reason, my heart started racing out of nowhere. And I was like pacing around and felt like I was about to overheat and thought I was going to die to the point where I slept like a...
sorry, listeners.
The perfect interruption.
No, go ahead. So he took
What
this.
was that?
It's
What
fucking.
was that?
It's a story.
Oh my gosh.
About. I'm trying to bring up the next thing we're gonna talk about.
So
and
then I actually had a text message that sent out to my wife that said magnesium overdose, like that I was gonna send as I was like falling and dying.
smart. It's what I always used to think when I was younger. If somebody fucking murders me on the street, I'm gonna write their name in blood next to me so that people know who did it.
Absolutely.
I used to really think that all the fucking time. All right. So enough of the supplement talk, even though like I honestly could probably talk about supplements.
I love subs.
I know. It's just such a weird world. And
Branch
it's like,
chain amino acids.
yeah. Well, it just feels like these people, like I have a hard enough time eating the right nutrients and stuff in just regular food. And then there's people who like go into overdrive and are like giving their body exactly all the correct stuff. And the truth is, those people do actually, like Brett feels a million times better than me all the fucking time. So I should be doing it. It's expensive. And I can't I don't know how to do it. So
Yeah, my skin suit is comfortable. It's the brain that's like killing me.
yeah. Same. So every year or every election year, we have to, get to know these people, right?
We don't have to be honest. I mean, they're gonna do it no matter what we want.
Well,
what we
they make
expect.
us.
I listened to a normie ass podcast this week, like that tons of people listen to, and they just outright, like as a matter of fact, said that Bernie Sanders is going to be screwed no matter what he does, and continued their conversation like it was just like how business is done. It was just, and I was just like, fuck this. Like I just maybe was like, I mean, everybody knows that. They're going to do whatever they want.
I actually believe that too. It's not.
It's the Epstein thing too. Is like they'll do whatever they want. Doesn't matter what you think or investigate. They're just going to keep on rolling.
I know people. I don't think anybody in our circle thought the Epstein thing was going to lead to like a single arrest or any kind of like justice. But like there was that little period of time where it's like they're going to get Bill Clinton.
Something wild could happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was at least a little potential for something going down.
Yeah, it was like they're going to get Bill Clinton. They're going to get this person.
I mean, it was just typical. It was just like, fuck. It was just regular old conspiracy theory shit happened. It went down,
In real
exactly
life.
what I thought. Exactly what.
Yeah, he died.
What I expected. Something
Got
along the
killed.
lines of that.
Got killed and his neck
Right.
is broken in a way that looks like he got killed
yeah.
now. And it was just like nobody's going to face consequences
Nope.
except for Jeffrey
It's just going to keep rolling. It's like 9/11 truth. It just moves away where people are like, that was like a decade ago. You really care about like the sex?
Yeah.
It's like, no, those people are still in power right now, and they're
Yeah.
still probably doing it. You
right.
know?
And it's just like every person, goddamn, with Chris Tucker. When I heard about Chris Tucker, my heart sank.
Chris Tucker was on there?
He was on the plane. Yeah. You want a list of the people on the plane?
No, I didn't know. I didn't want to do this content. I didn't do.
Yeah.
Who else? No, you can tell me later.
Well,
You can break my heart. You can do like an Instagram live of me falling on the ground and weeping.
Oh, it's just people that you're just like.
Oh, I know. I saw some crazy ones.
Why? Why did?
How do you get dragged in? Yeah, just.
I don't know, because I talked about this. I did Brace and Brian show last night that'll probably come out in like 3 or 4 weeks. But we did talk about like, how do you get tied into, like with Jeffrey Epstein?
It's just a club for like awful people.
Right. But not everybody gets to do the Jeffrey Epstein Lolita Express. You know what I'm saying? So, like, and even at the beginning of Jeffrey Epstein, like, Les Wexner gave him power of attorney.
Yeah.
And $10 fucking million. He just gave this guy a bunch of fucking money. Like,
Yeah.
how do you get there? Like, what do you do to get in those circles other than
it's
like be born?
I mean, a lot of rap artists actually have cocaine dealers that are making a lot more money funding their career.
Yeah.
I used to buy drugs from a guy that was funding a rap artist's career.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Well,
this guy provides that guy was, awful. And Lex Wexner, the son of he's the number one villain of Columbus at this point.
Always
right?
has been.
Yeah,
Always
he's
has
always
been.
been a piece of shit.
yeah. I don't know. I guess when I think about these sorts of things, I guess like when I think about it, it's like there are these people who are able to like hitch their wagon to like the ruling class. and somehow, like, I don't how. Like, how does that even unless
Provide
I
a
mean,
service.
obviously
Provide
they're
a
probably
service
born.
that they want. Provide a
Yeah.
service that they want. That that's all.
Yeah, and they're likely born into a lot of this too. Like that's also the thing.
Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, I'm not comfortable making any sort of fun out of
Sure.
that thing at all.
Okay. So I got the playlists for all of the candidates.
Okay.
So this is some news that Brett can get into because he likes the music.
I do love music. I want to see what they're putting out there. I did see my number one star, Klobuchar, right? Not
She's
who.
in there. We'll find out.
She was the XXX Temptation one,
I think so.
or was that Gillibrand? I
Yeah,
thought it
it
was
was
Gillibrand.
Gillibrand,
That's
yeah.
my one. That's
Okay.
my choice.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
So first is Kamala Harris. Her track is her playlist is dominated by Black and Latino artists, and like it looks like mostly women too,
Fun.
which is nice. And
Nice.
it's like you got your Mary J. Blige,
Classic.
Work That, California Love, which is like that's one of those songs now.
Pretty
Me
generic.
And Brett came up with a thing, right? About when we were on tour, and I don't think we ever talked about this on the show, but we talked about it on tour, and we came up with a great idea for the world. Okay. And it's where once a song is played a certain amount of times, I'm going to say 1 million times.
Maybe stream. Yeah, just as far as streams go.
Streaming
Since
numbers.
everything is digital and we can track how many things have been played, we should put a cap on the streams.
Yeah. And a song can just go extinct.
Right.
After, like, I want
Like
to hold
it
your
would become
hand.
a big event when they were like, we're 1,000 streams away from losing, some Elton John music.
Yes, exactly. Something
But you
like,
can still own it. You can still have the MP3s. You can still.
you can only listen in headphones, though.
But you can't play it out loud. You can't play it out
You can never
loud.
play it out loud
No.
again. It's it won't work out loud.
Right.
You have to have a plug-in.
Noise canceling devices.
And it's like, so like a song like Satisfaction by the Rolling Stones, which is a song that I never want to hear again.
Yeah, I can sing in my own head.
Yeah. Enter Sandman.
But you can have it on.
Metallica.
You can have it on what? Vinyl. You can have it on CD. You can have the media for yourself.
You're not allowed to play it
It's
at
just
a
not allowed
party.
to be able to
You're
play There's no public release for that music.
You're never allowed. You can listen to it personally, but you're not allowed to make anybody else listen to it.
And the bands have to give it up in their live shows too.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
they can't play them. You can't play it on TV.
Well, I mean, what's the
you
means
can't play it on the radio. You can't do any more. It's just in the privacy of your own home. You're fucking allowed to listen to like the Immigrant Song, but that's it.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it anymore.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I don't
we have to
fucking
do other
at all.
stuff. Yeah.
You know, and some songs will last forever. And a lot of you listeners out there, you're like into like music that would never get that many plays.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
know?
Give him a little insult.
I'm telling the truth. Like fucking
Yeah, the underground-
Crass
the-
isn't gonna get extinct.
Eventually, there won't be Crass.
There will be Crass always. It's not gonna get to that amount
Not
of
on
plays.
streams.
You know, it's not gonna get up there. So you're safe.
Okay.
You know, it's just I'm so fucking sick and tired of songs like
We need to-
California Love. I am so sick and fucking tired of hearing that song. I get no joy out of that song. And it's on every movie trailer. It's just everywhere. It feels ubiquitous, and it's been that way since like 1998 when it came out.
Yeah, and there's other great songs to move on to. I hate, Juicy is the other one where I feel like you don't like an artist. You like the one song that you just play every single time you need that little hit that takes you back to. Yeah, I don't like the hits.
Oh God, do I hate
That's
the hits.
hacky.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
We got some Beyonce, of course. Like two
Good
or
choice.
three.
Which
Girl
one?
on
Wait, what?
Fire. Beyonce would be Love on Top
That's a good one. That's one
and
of my favorites.
Run the World, Girls.
That's a popular one in my minivan.
Yes, that sounds like our wives and daughters. I'm not going to read all of them. They got a Lin-Manuel Miranda, which I'm like,
okay, Kamal is generic.
Yeah, she is. She's generic.
Who's going?
Oh, actually,
who's going for
she
clout?
has Kendrick Lamar on there, but she has Humble. She's
Oh,
not
I love
doing,
that song. I was actually humming that to myself.
Yeah, she's not going to do anything like that. She's got but then she's got Lauryn Hill,
Good
and
choice.
it's Doo-Wop that thing. Which
Yeah,
is a
I mean,
good song.
she's just generic. Everybody's generic.
She's generic.
I like it. It's generic.
Yeah.
Did anybody get bold at all?
Well, let's find out. This article is written in the way that like is the most infuriating. We got Beto O'Rourke.
Yeah, Beto O'Rourke.
Baby.
I want to know what's up.
You got to know. Clamped down by the Clash.
Yeah, got it.
Uh,
I did good. I got a very passionate email from somebody about the Clash.
let's just. Oh, look at this generic. Joan Jett and the Black Hearts, but it's I Love Rock and Roll.
That is also extremely popular in my minivan
I know.
right now. It's
I know.
huge in my minivan.
I know. Whiskey River by Willie Nelson. Good song.
Good choice.
Texas
choice.
History Lesson Part 2, The Minutemen. Beto has the Minutemen.
Good choice.
It is good.
That's a good one. That's a solid choice. I respect it.
Okay. Turnover by Fugazi.
That's a good one too. He's got a good list.
That's how I escape my certain fate by missing a Burma. Okay.
So he's doing the DIY thing. He's doing the My Band Could Be Your Life playlist.
He is. Holy
what he's doing.
shit. Can't
He's-
hardly wait by the replacement.
He's a Gen Xer.
Yeah.
And he's just throwing it out there hardcore. Like, I'm into the same bands as you.
Oh God, him liking these bands though makes me feel like.
I mean, they're
Okay,
great. They're great
that's
bands. I
cool.
mean, they're the best choice to make through that decade. A lot of it was a lot of horse shit. The 80s had a lot of bad music.
Yes, Surrender by Cheap Trick, which is a song I love.
I don't get down with
I also
Cheap Trick
believe
ever.
Also, that they all had Prince on their list because Kamala Harris had Kiss and he had I Will Die for You. I think like every candidate's got to have a Prince on there.
Strong choice. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're trying to capture people's hearts, I would definitely if I'm trying to manipulate the crowd, I'm going with a Prince choice.
Yeah, that's like a really his playlist.
Prince beat Michael Jackson in the end.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, that was the rivalry back in the day.
Well, yeah, and he was better, of course. You know, me and Brett have like an axe to grind with Michael Jackson.
I didn't. Okay.
But I mean, well, the obvious axe that everybody has to grind with him, but also just we've heard him a lot in the past 5 years.
Yes. Also very popular in the minivan.
Yeah, all the kids in our family are just like really just
Over
too
the moon.
much.
Yeah, I'm not
Michael
into
Jackson.
it. I don't
Yeah.
like the way the parents like support it.
Yeah, Elizabeth Warren.
Yes, I love her.
You do.
Yes.
You're a Warren maniac.
Make you a fruit salad and a glass of Dewar Scotch. Let you watch Boston Legal DVDs and kick up your feet. Warren knows how to make it comfortable.
Yeah.
She knows how to do the budget so that you're comfortable but planning for the future.
She seems nice too to me.
She's
She's
just-
got nice vibes, but she's
I
also
love those-
very into the war stuff.
In the way that my daughter watches suburban YouTubers, I also have this dream of like an extended family of successful folks that like wear power suits to work and like sign papers and make 6 figures a year and also know, how to get things done. That have like, like a nautical themed bathroom, that's really
Yeah.
tight.
Very generic playlist.
Yeah, oh no, I imagine she's
I just Respect by Aretha Franklin.
ugh.
Stand By Me by Benny
I
King.
mean, these are great songs.
Hooked on a Feeling.
These
by
are also
Blue
would be
Suede.
expired. These are also expired joints.
Yeah, Dog Days Are Over. Florence and the Machine. Not retired.
That's a good joint. That is a good song, actually.
Everyday People by Sly and the Family Stone.
Yes, love
you know.
every iteration. Anytime this Sly.
I Want You Back by the Jackson 5. Taking Care of Business, which is like...
Okay, fuck this.
Yeah,
Yep.
fuck you.
Reject.
Yeah,
Get outta here.
reject. Bad play. I'm voting for Beto O'Rourke currently.
What about Gillibrand? She's mine.
We're on Gillibrand right now.
She's the one that I got to add for working out. She wants to legalize weed.
Good as Hell by Lizzo.
Excellent
Number one
choice.
song.
I'm excited about seeing Lizzo this in ACL, I have to be honest.
New York Groove by Ace Frehley. From Kiss.
Wow.
We're back.
Wild Child.
in the New York Groove.
I don't know. I don't even.
insane.
I've never heard that one.
She's got the Alicia Keys and the Aretha Franklin.
What Alicia Keys?
Superwoman.
Oh,
Um,
I had a moment with when Charlotte was going to be born. I had this like 50-minute drive to my weed guy's house, like in Texas, and I would drive like 50 minutes to get like a gram of weed for $20. But my dude would get me so fucking high off blunts, and on the way home, I listened to Alicia Keys and cried about it and thinking that my daughter was going to be like a superwoman or like this girl that's on fire. So she got me there.
Yeah, I mean, she has like a lot of hip hop
What's left?
on
What's
here.
left?
She's got like, well, she's got "Born This Way" by Lady Gaga, which plays great at the. These are what they play at their rallies.
Yeah, I mean, this is
and
what,
like this is the type of stuff that
you're
the
like
people.
trying to catch the most fish. Like, this is great choices. You know, for me, when I do the jukebox, to be honest, I don't want to impress everyone. I want to make something that everyone can jive with. You know, like I want to make it comfortable for everybody. That's how I always approach a jukebox or like a playlist situation. I'm never going for like
Personal
points.
gratification.
No.
You're not. Do you go for personal gratification?
Some of them I can do. Like there are, like that's the thing is there's enough times where you can slide something in where people are like, what the fuck is this? This is great. And you're like, I knew you'd love it. Right. But for the most part, you can't lean into that. You have to give these folks the shit that they've heard a million times.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. People
are
State
just
of
like
Mind.
awful about it.
He's got Empire State of Mind on here, which is a very.
I mean, yeah.
That's
We've
what
heard
people
it.
want to hear, though.
I mean,
dude.
it's you can't be frustrated by it. Everyone is so into it. Like this is what people are. This is what gets them going. They fucking love it.
Bernie Sanders.
Yes. Okay. Let's hear this. Okay. This is important. This is important because I gotta know if I fuck with this guy when it comes to his jukebox.
Brooklyn Go Hard. Jay-Z featuring Santa Gold. Disco Inferno.
Good choice.
The Tramps. Runaway. You and I. Galantis. Make a Change by Buckwheat Zydeco. Uprising by Muse, very libertarian choice, but I respect it. You know?
Muse goes.
Muse, okay. Flogging Molly, Willie Nelson, Steve Earle, and then Unconditional Love by Against Me, which is a good choice, I think.
Yes.
You know, Taking It to the Streets by the Doobie Brothers.
I'm always go for Michael McDonald anytime. To be
Power,
honest.
Power to the People by John Lennon, which is like corny. So what are you gonna do? You know?
Yeah, that was a solid choice. I mean, that was a good mixed bag.
I mean, that was all of them, though. He didn't have much of a playlist. We got the Cornball, Cory Booker.
Oh, I love this. There's like, I don't want to say, but there's an administrator that's involved with the public school system that I have to interact with that is a Cory Booker type. And the guy is just like, just anything you want to say, he's just listening. He just says what you say right back to him and lets you keep talking, and then he just disappears. He's perfect. He's perfect because he's not like, he's not trying to interject at all. He's just like, hey, I'm here. I'm the administrator. And then he's just like, goodbye. Let me get out of here before y'all get too much.
That is too funny.
This guy is, I mean, this is just somebody that was trying to be so agreeable that I kind of appreciate that, you know?
Sure.
Just to be trying to be so bland.
Yeah, I saw a guy at the Kroger, and he was so boring. I don't even remember what he looked like, but I remember he was wearing a Cory Booker t-shirt, and I was like, yep.
Perfect.
He's very Cory Booker.
Yeah.
I think, it's crazy. I can't imagine he inspires anyone. Plus,
well, people that just want to see calmness. Yeah. They want to see someone that doesn't get too wild, someone that doesn't get flashy, someone that doesn't stand up on tables, right?
He also doesn't he's not going to change anything.
But he was a street fighter though.
Right.
He started out as a street fighter. That's what people like him,
but
right?
He's not
he started Street Fight. Did that DVD come out before the show?
I think it did, yeah.
Damn it.
I watched it. I thought he was badass.
Right.
I thought he was like a community activist sort of thing, where it was like even to the point where it was like he must have gotten some trouble when he was younger, you know, and got it all pulled together. And now we're all this way down the road, and I look at him and I was like, fucking geek.
Yeah.
His whole life he was a geek.
He's just like somebody that lives on a golf course.
Also, dating Rosario Dawson. It would be very strange to me to have a president that's not married. Uh-huh. Not that I think.
Oh, no, I don't care. That's not strange.
It just seems weird. It's never happened.
I feel like you'd have more time to get shit done if you didn't have somebody bothering you all the time like that.
So he has Morris Brown by Outkast on his.
Oh, my God. Nice choice.
My Shot by The Roots featuring Busta Rhymes, Joel Ortiz, and Nate Ruiz. Tightrope by Janelle Monáe.
Okay, he's good. Nope. He's my candidate.
He's got Keep Marching by Raphael Sadiq.
I love Raphael Sadiq.
He's got Stand Up by Sugarland. He is your candidate.
I know.
Because you like Sugarland,
yeah, I
too.
can hang out. I can hang with Corey.
Oh,
We'll
Corey.
drive around in his Land Rover, and we can do like TikTok videos where we rap the lyrics to all this shit.
And he has Good as Hell by Lizzo. Lizzo's like the most famous person in the world now.
She's blowing up. I mean, she's doing it right. It's
real
perfect.
blown up.
She has it all together. The songs are great. I can't wait to fucking see it.
My wife is like really into Lizzo, like constantly, like
Everybody
yeah,
is.
she played Lizzo.
Once you find out, how can you deny it? Right?
I haven't really.
What would
heard
you
it.
do?
I've heard it like twice.
Turn it on. Cut
I
it
would
on.
never turn. No, we can't play it, but I would never talk trash about.
No,
her.
I'm saying in your personal life, cut that shit on when you're driving around
Okay.
instead of a podcast.
Okay, I will. Well, that's hard.
Don't
So
listen to podcasts when you drive.
I do. Castro's playlist. Julian
Okay.
Castro. He High Hopes by Panic at the Disco.
Good choice.
Here's
There-
a bad one. Believer by Imagine Dragons.
Maybe,
Imagine
I mean,
Dragons.
a lot of
is like-
people like them. I mean, they make a ton of money.
I don't know.
I don't even know what the song is though. Believer.
They're just songs.
Oh, that song goes. Believer, I make
Yeah.
it. That
That's
song.
just music they play before sports.
People love that shit.
I know they play it before
WNCI,
sports.
like our pop radio goes off. There's like so many people that are there for that song.
He has Me Tierra by Gloria
First things
Estefan.
first, let me da.
Yeah, I
That
don't.
shit, yeah, I mean that's a good choice.
Yeah,
People, I mean that gets you. I mean if you're standing up and you're not like seated in a chair, that gets you moving.
Yeah, he has like some pretty cool stuff.
What's left?
Baya Esta Cumbia by Selena, Da Da Ding by Generation featuring Gizzle.
Tight choice. I love
here's
when
a
that. I
bad
love
one.
when that stuff. Whenever that stuff comes on, I'm like, man, what is this? Hit me to this. Let me hear that cumbia.
Here's a bad one. Let Love Rule by Lenny Kravitz. Lenny Kravitz.
What is that one?
Stunk. You've got to let love rule. I messed it up. You
I
like,
got it.
don't
No, I know
remember
it.
it.
I know it.
I sounded like him there.
Slow
though.
jam.
Yeah. Are you gonna go my way? Pete Buttigieg.
Oh, but Imagine Dragons did the Thunder song too, and I hate the Thunder song.
I don't know the Thunder song.
Thunder.
You
That's
listen to this stuff so much. I
do,
never have to listen to
Lightning, boom, boom, and the thunder, doom, doom, and the lightning, thunder. It's just so.
This stuff. Again, it's
Lightning
another song that
and the
sounds like they
thunder,
play it
thunder.
for sports.
It's sports
just-
songs.
Actually, there's like a whole genre. Of Pitbull is in that
I do like
genre, too.
Pitbull.
It's just music they play before sports.
I like the Fireball song, or I'm on Fire.
I don't like any of them, man. But,
Pitbull goes. Imagine Dragons, I guess. You know, I think that for me, what they come down to is like they are absolutely shit music, and I can understand why they don't offer any value to the culture. But then when you're hanging out with like a few thousand people and all of them know the words and they're like screaming their heart out to it, I'm like, fuck, this is kind of
I don't
cool,
feel like people
important.
know all the words to them.
Them Imagine Dragons, man. Them fucking people that hang out on patios and play like giant Jenga and shit.
Okay.
They know all the words.
That's true. Okay. When you say that, because that's like so removed from anybody that I would ever be around.
Yeah, Barcades are
Yeah.
fucking playing a lot of Imagine Dragons.
That's true. The thunder and the magic and the thunder. I don't know. The
Thunder?
Buttigieg.
It's a weird voice.
So boring. Well, he has Good as Hell by Lizzo on there.
Everybody
I
has
know.
to.
Except
Feeling
Bernie
good as
Sanders
hell.
didn't have it.
He's not feeling good as hell. Why are you not feeling good as hell? Way to check my nails. Right?
Confident by Demi Lovato. Rebel
Oh, I
Rebel.
love Demi Lovato.
Rebel by David Bowie.
Good choice.
You got You Make My Dreams by Hall & Oates, which is like
I
that
love
is
fucking
one of
love
those
Hall & Oates.
things-
Nope.
That's one of those things that's bordering on like Don't Stop Believing. Kind of like it's so close to too much for me. Like You Make My Dreams, it's another song that like people play
But people
to
don't-
be funny about it. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
No,
oh, we're being funny about
I think that
this.
song is actually good. I've always loved that
Okay.
song.
All right.
I mean, it's like catchy, but it's not showy. It's not like loud and like it, but it is like just a fucking great. I do like Hall & Oates a lot.
I want to get a few more of his.
I wanted to
in
get
here that
a
are-
few years ago. They were on Groupon for like $35,
Yeah.
and like my wife will just bring it up from time to time. Like, well, there was that one time that we could have got to Hall & Oates tickets for $35. Like, it was in nosebleeds. I didn't want to be in nosebleeds.
No, it's
I wanted to
fine,
be
though.
down there up front.
You wanted to be in a mosh pit.
I do love them. I don't know why. I just like they do good jams.
Here's an extremely Pete Buttigieg fan song. The Distance by Cake.
Oh wow.
This is like very
That's a very dorky person. That's just like that someone didn't apologize for being a geek.
This by Darius Rucker. Freedom 90 by George Michael. Country Nation by Brad Paisley. Oh, Everyday People by Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. I kind of like that one. Okay. And so he's got a Fish song on his though too.
No Fish. Fuck
Yeah.
Fish.
We
Fuck
don't-
Grateful Dead.
we're not
fuck,
Fish guys
fuck jam
here.
bands. Can I tell the story real quick?
Uh,
I'm going to because it's my show.
okay.
In Nashville, I broke this rule where we had a friend of somebody that performed with us, but a listener of the show, come back to the house and hang with us. And I put on an Atlanta playlist, and they intercepted, which I did dose them with psychedelics, so I'm not going to hold them accountable for their actions. They probably just wanted to hear their shit. They turned on Grateful Dead, and it was the worst fucking thing. It was so low energy and unimpressive. Yeah.
Like that. It's just not
It's
for
just
me.
like they're noodling around, and like people are so drugged out and stupid that they're barely conscious, and they think it's impressive, but it is like the worst fucking music in the world.
It's bad music.
John fucking Mayer was out there like doing his third solo on Fire on the Mountain. And I was watching it with the Sams and Terrence. And it was just like, what is this?
Sucks.
So overindulgent.
People just don't like there are
Like,
I
I
think
went and
people like
saw-
noodling on psychedelics, but I actually tend to like, you know who I really like to listen to when I'm fucked up on like psychedelics or even like super ultra high? The album Goodbye Bread by Ty Segall.
Yeah.
Like if you listen to that, or Melted, one of those two albums, like I listened to one of them when I was on mushrooms just laying in a chair, and like I didn't plan to sit down and listen to an entire album, but I did sit down
Yeah.
and only listen to this music, and it was just amazing. And I think it's the same thing with movies. Like somebody was like, I'm doing LSD and I want to watch a movie. What movie should I watch? And like all these people started giving these suggestions that were like, you should watch something that you like. Like In the Mouth of Madness or Clockwork Orange or like movies like that. It's just like, if it were me, I would watch something that I fucking think is funny.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I watched the Grateful Dead thing. There was two drummers, and those people looked like they were on lunch break. Like they were just there, like rattling their fucking hands
Well, they don't have to do it.
and going along. Yeah, and I just went and saw Anderson .Paak, and he had two drummers that were competing to be the best fucking drummer the entire time.
Yeah.
and it was very impressive.
That is
and
cool.
that was not anything to get excited about. And I was totally fucked up on a whole bunch of substances, and I can keep it going when it comes to the fast-paced shit.
Again, I think that you have...
But don't touch somebody's fucking music ever at their house.
I think you're like me, and like you have a different kind of idea of what doing drugs is than a lot of, like I have. It's the same thing I have is where it's like, nah, I just want this to be enjoyable. I don't want to like do the stuff that you're like, I don't want to do the stuff that you're supposed to do. Like the Grateful Dead, like I'm sure a lot of people like to take mushrooms and listen to like the Grateful Dead or the Mars Volta or some shit that you can just get super like into in your head and like really analyze it or something like that. But I don't think me and
Yeah, I'm
you
trying
are
to
like
party.
that. Like me and you, the one time we used the TV when we were tripping was when we were tripping with our wives in our house, like during the winter, and we couldn't leave, and we played Kirby on my Raspberry Pi.
Yeah, that was
It's
a good time.
You know, Joe Biden's playlist is so generic.
Oh, yes, I can't wait. What has he got, like Gumshoe Boogie or something from like
Actually,
1928?
none of that. None of the, like, he doesn't have Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy from Company 3.
No. What does he got?
He should have it,
What,
though.
so is it all, what he has Ebony and Ivory, right?
Nope.
He doesn't have any of that?
Good Times by Sam Cooke.
Good choice. I mean, it's a classic song.
Roller Coaster by Bleachers is the opener on his
Bleachers.
playlist.
I don't know it.
I think it's Roller Coaster.
Oh, that was Bleachers.
Yeah,
The original.
I don't know.
I would have went with the Red Hot Chili Peppers cover, maybe.
From Beavis and Butthead, because the video
Yes.
really gives you like a good feeling. Yeah. Keep Going by Home by Dierks Bentley. How's that?
Dierks Bentley ain't bad.
I'm Coming Out by Diana Ross.
Classic.
Teardrops by Womack and Womack. Why don't any of these
I don't
guys
know
got
Teardrops.
like any like real country music on here? You know, I guess what's his name? The guy from Donald Trump's playlist.
Donald Trump has a playlist. How did they get this? Did they scrape their data or something?
The New York Times probably just asked. His are.
Ooh,
so-
yes.
Yeah, I mean, God Bless the USA by Lee Greenwood. I would probably, here's the fucking issue, and I hate to say this to the listeners and everything, I'm probably going to be a lot more into Donald Trump's playlist than anybody else's because
That sucks.
You
would listen to that song?
I understand, not God Bless the USA, but I would listen to like Tiny Dancer by Elton John.
Okay.
I would listen to Freebird. I like Freebird.
He chose Freebird.
I know that it would be retired.
Donald Trump is the guy in the audience
know.
that yells Freebird
I
at
know.
every concert.
Well, he probably has never heard Freebird, is my guess. Like, I don't think Donald Trump likes any music at all. I don't think he's ever listened. Can you imagine him sitting down and listening to music at all?
No.
Ever.
No, that seems absurd.
Yeah. The Best by Tina Turner. Wild Horse. See, he's got the Stones and he's got Wild Horses, which is a song that I like.
Tina Turner, The Best is great. That's one of those you hear like when you're shopping and you're like, fuck, I love this song.
Yeah. He's got Sympathy for the Devil on there.
Good
And,
choice. That's a meta choice.
Yeah, Heart of Stone.
Ooh, that's a good choice too.
Yeah, he's got fucking Rockin' in the Free World by Neil Young, which is just an insult.
I hate that song.
Yeah, but he's using a Neil Young song knowing that Neil Young hates his guts. Oh, he also had a Kid Rock song. Let me get the Kid Rock song, which if I had to pick a Kid Rock song, well, I do like All Summer Long by Kid Rock. I do enjoy that song. It's like one of those.
Oh yeah, that's a good mashup song.
We were smoking funny
things,
doing the things with thingy things. Like
singing
Kid Rock-
country music, jamming whiskey all night long.
Kid Rock sucks to me in the worst possible way because like it actually hurts my feelings that I like his music. It is when he goes off on political shit, it bums me out because I like his music. I can't help it. It fucking somehow gets in my head and then I enjoy it. And I know I can't help it.
Yeah.
I would fucking love to boycott Kid Rock.
Can you listen to like Tom McDonald
Singing
instead?
Sweet Home Alabama all summer long. No, I can't, dude. I can only listen to that. That's it. You know. Let's do one more story before we get out of here. We're gonna do a question that I saw today. From the Washington Post.
Okay.
This is a perspective. It's a food reporter and columnist. And you may have missed this news as President Trump's racist tweet storm rained down on the squad in July. But the U.S. House of Representatives passed a bill that would gradually raise the federal minimum wage to $15 an hour. The first increase for those on the lowest rung of the U.S. workforce since 2009, tucked into the legislation, however, was something perhaps even more startling, a measure that would eliminate the sub-minimum wage for tipped employees. So what that means is the employees that were being paid $2.85 an hour because they get tips, which is the most bullshit fucking thing ever invented to me. You know what I mean? Like, can you think of a more bullshit thing than that? Being able to pay people $2.85 plus tips. It's fucking horrible.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there are ways to make money getting tips, but it's not from your average like chain restaurant, you know.
No, if you're working at O'Grady or is it O'Charlie's?
O'Charlie's.
Sorry, if you're working at O'Charlie's, you ain't come. I don't know
Right.
how much you're coming out.
You're not gonna get people aren't gonna bump you up to $15 an hour.
Right. And if you're working at, of course,
The food is cheap and there's coupons for it and shit.
I know. Of course, if you go to a restaurant that is like good food, right? Like if you go to a good restaurant or even like a non-chain, a lot of times, I think the wait staff makes a little bit more money because people are seeking it out, and generally people who seek out restaurants are probably better tippers, I would guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I used to go out to dinner with this dude all the time that like I would have to go back in after we left and put more money on the table because he was just like,
yeah, the $285 is absurd. I just, it's one of those things. It's like you're just selling people on potential. It's like, well, maybe you'd make more than if we guaranteed it. It's like, not with these assholes.
There's also like no kind of nice, like for me, I don't think there's any way. The people that tip like shit, right? The people that are like, I'm gonna do 10%, I'm gonna do 5%. There's no way to make them happy. There's just no possible way.
I mean, they were looking for an
opportunity.
They were looking for an opportunity not to pay out. They were looking for an opportunity not to give a tip.
Yeah, I've been out with people. My wife actually told me this story that was like my nightmare for a long time. She used to work with somebody, and every time they went out to dinner, she sent her went out to lunch. She sent her food back and like said it was gross or it was bad. And finally, my wife was like, because she didn't want to tip, she didn't want to pay for the food.
Yeah, she
You know what I
wanted
mean?
to have things comped.
Take it off the bill. And finally, my wife one day was like, you know what? I don't want to go out to lunch with you anymore. You're rude to the wait staff. You're always sending your food back. And it's honestly, it's embarrassing to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And she was like, oh, it's like not a big deal. I used to be a server. And like, it's not that big of a deal. You know, I was able to be a good server. So why can't she? And I have seen this.
Oh, no, be a good server.
Many times. I
was thinking the Street Fighter position. It was like, all you have to do is complain a little bit and they can give it away for free. It's like, wow.
No, she was saying, because I'll say this. One time I was at Wendy's
she was like,
at 2:30 in the morning in a truck stop in between here and Cleveland. And I had to sit and eat because my wife wasn't like there. I don't like eating in the car or whatever. And I was just driving back alone because I went to wrestling by myself.
But your wife was there?
She was not there.
Okay.
I went to wrestling by myself. I'm driving home, and I stop and I eat, and this woman walks in to this Kroger or to this Wendy's in an Arby's uniform.
Okay.
She works at Arby's.
I think I can piece this together.
And there's trash overflowed.
Yeah.
It's taking kind of a long time to get through the line. She was like, we would never put up with this at Arby's. It's like really mean to the woman running the register. And there are people who are like, and this is in all walks of life, who have done something, like they feel like they worked their way out of a thing. And they're like, I was so good at it that I got pretty good tips. So if you can't be good at it, I ain't gonna fucking tip you, and I'm gonna treat you like fucking shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Talking about like also, I've been blowing people. I mean, I blow people up now when it comes to it. Like last day of summer or last day of summer was last week for one of the kids that I trade back and forth with Charlotte. So we all went to Dave & Buster's, and the lady was like, the service wasn't the best, but the place is just like looks so iffy. It looks like it could close soon or not. Like some of it's right, a lot of it's wrong. I mean, there's a lot of money to be made, but like remembering what it was when I first went versus where it's at now, it's like, I don't know, this looks a little dicey.
Yeah.
But like I'll do 20% and then throw a little bit extra, just a few dollars extra on top of it. And just like, because other people around here are not doing that.
Yes.
You know,
I do 25%.
You do the right thing. I rattled off a list of fucking shit I want, and it showed up, and everybody eats, and then we go away and take it, you know,
That's
fucking
all it
take
is.
it.
I mean, what the real service thing, with a tip, because I think we look, and this is asking a question of basically what this is saying is now that tipped employees are going to be making $15 an hour,
Should they get tipped more?
do we still have to tip?
Why not, man? $15 an hour is fucking nothing. I mean, we started complaining about. When this show fucking started, I feel like I was fighting with our friends about $15 an hour. I mean, the minimum wage has moved 50 fucking cents in the last 10 years. So it's bullshit because it was like $15 an hour was what we needed back in 2009. Now we're looking at $20 an hour at least. I mean, it's fucking $15 an hour buys nothing these days. What are you going to get for $15 fucking dollars, especially after the government rakes you for taxes and shit. And you have to pay for health care.
When you say $15, $15 an hour is not the same amount of, it's just not this, it's not what it was when we started asking for it.
They've just they've been like, fine. 10 years into this, they're like, fine, we'll do 15.
Well, 10 years into this, they fucking said, we'll get it done in 10 years.
Yeah, that's true. They promised. That's true. Phasing it in.
To the point where once they get it phased in, we're going to have to ask for
it's going to be $725. It's going to be $725. It's going to be $750 by the time they bring that shit back in.
Think about this in terms of other workers who provide a service. Hotel cleaning crews, massage therapists, tattoo artists, cab drivers, coffee shop baristas, and on and on. They routinely make at least minimum wage, and they routinely receive tips too. So you still have to tip is what the thing
I mean, minimum wage isn't enough to live. I mean, there should be a tip. And there's I have definitely I started doing things like Instacart because my wife works a lot of hours and I work a lot of hours. But I also just give them cash money and don't do it through the app. I just have like $15. And I expect it's like, if you go and buy all my goddamn groceries for the week, I'll give you a $20 bill if you just bring it to my fucking house. Please. I don't want to go. I hate the grocery store.
Right.
I'll give you $20 fucking dollars to go to the grocery store for me.
I'm getting on that. Gonna start weighing my laundry thing because I'm starting to look into.
Yeah.
Getting it washed.
How much per pound? How many per pound?
Yeah.
To have somebody just come grab it. Yeah.
I think I want to weigh my laundry. I don't know how much it weighs. So, like, if I knew how much it weighed, what are we looking, 10 pounds?
We'll get on that.
We looking at 10 pounds?
That's like $20, dude. $22.50 or something.
I know, but that's like $22.50 every 2 days.
No, every week. They come once a week to pick up a load of laundry.
Right. They would take all of my
$2 per pound.
So I would need to do a thing where I take it there and I come and pick it up.
No, they come to your house. No. Once a week, they come to your house and pick it up and do your laundry, $2 a pound.
And then they bring it back the next day?
No, like a couple of days later.
Well, I can't do that.
You got to have some time.
I don't have very many clothes.
Stop.
Brad, I have 4 pairs of shorts.
Stop.
Okay. Plus, there's another factor to consider. Restaurant servers, particularly in fine dining establishments, are professionals. Even though diners sometimes treat them as little more than pets trained to fetch whatever they desire, the best servers devote themselves to the study of wine, cuisine, hospitality, history, and more. They may even learn Spanish to better communicate with the Central American cooks in the kitchen. These employees deserve your tips and patronage.
This is weird, and this is crazy too, because I have a lot of awkward circumstances with this. Like when we went to that Bojangles when we were in Raleigh, North Carolina. The lady that checked us out was like very fucking thorough. Like she was speaking so fast. She was just like a biscuit, a chicken, a chicken, a chicken. She like routed it all off and then like made sure that everything was done. And then I was like, "Are you allowed to accept tips?" And she was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "Can I give you money?" And then she was like, I don't know, I guess. And I was like, "Just take this money, like hopefully they're not going to get you in trouble for something like that,
Right.
But like expert at the job. Like it's so like that stuff can be done very well, but there's no reason to do it. No one can have a tip jar out at the fast food restaurant and try a little bit harder so that they can get cut in on shit like that.
Right. Yeah. Here's another part of it.
In addition to their $15 minimum is what I'm saying.
Right. And they
like
work
it's like
their
you get
asses
15 minimum and then you fucking try to do a little fucking extra for me and I will hook you up.
Yeah. Because
always.
They are. I mean, again, when you go to a fine dining place, the service is fucking incredible. The people are so good at like every time I go to a fine dining place, I'm like, this is the most amazing experience. Like the way that they serve you and shit like that and talk to you and stuff. It's like a way different sort of thing. And it is a skill. And it's also a skill. We've said this before about people who work at even Starbucks, right? It's like, what they're doing is fucking hard.
Yeah.
Or people that work at McDonald's.
It's constant focus. It requires a constant focus. that is very hard to do. It's not as easy, their creative marketing and all these other things are important, or have their own problems. But yeah, being able to reliably push out food over and over again for an extended period of time, it's fucking impressive. It's hard to do.
And here's another.
And it's like, I couldn't imagine paying somebody $7.50 an hour and not expect them to use that money to buy a gun to rob other people.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. Here's another good point this article makes too, is here's another reason continue to tip, because when there's no sub minimum wage for tipped workers, when owners can no longer claim a tip credit to cover part of the server's income, restaurants may be free to pool tips and split them with employees in the kitchen. Sharing tips with line cooks and dishwashers could go a long way to retaining skilled workers
we did that.
in an industry with a notoriously shallow talent pool. So,
we did that when I worked. There was a donut shop I worked in Dallas, and actually, as a donut maker, I got cut in on the tip. So it wasn't just a customer service thing, because there was a lot of, very, fun, female staff that ran the front counter. It wasn't like a guy thing to do, and they didn't get to soak up all. We all made the same amount per hour, and then split all the tips, which I thought was made sense.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's really cool. It's really cool that they actually posted this, because there's so many good reasons. And I also think it would be another really great, I think about being a dishwasher or one of the line cooks that's not the chef, one of the people that's not making, that is probably making the minimum wage.
Yeah.
And when you go to fine dining, there aren't a lot of fine dining places in neighborhoods where people who make service industry wages live. They're generally having to come from some place, or live in some pretty dire fucking situations, in order to hold that job. Yeah. And I've always said the dishwasher. I did dishwashing at a pretty expensive, 3-star out of 5 restaurant. Was it's
Michelin stars,
whatever, Michelin's,
3 Michelin,
not Michelin star. It was at a nicer place.
Okay.
Near Groveport, so it wasn't
Diamonds,
the nicest place. I don't know, but it was a nicer place.
Okay.
And it was busy as fuck, and it hurt. My hands hurt at the end of the night more than fucking anything. I quit after 2 days. It was just so much, and that made such a fucking impression on me. Being a dishwasher, also being a dishwasher at the golf course, we would have to do parties, and doing a party was so stressful. Because they'll pack 500 people in there. They'll give them each a fucking meal. And also the dishwasher doesn't just make a meal. The dishwasher sets up the table. The dishwasher helps clean up. The dishwasher is out there bussing sometimes. And it's just the fact that these jobs are minimum wage anyway is a fucking injustice. Yeah. But the idea of raising that floor and then letting the whole restaurant divide those tips, because every single person in the restaurant is part of your experience at that place. Yeah, is just I would really love to see a future where that happens.
There's this really good book. You want to talk about cordyceps mushrooms and shit in ancient biology? The Celestine Prophecy. One part of the book is people just exchange money for helpful information. That's the future that they come up with, is one where you're just like, man, thanks, man. It was really helpful. Here's $20 fucking, thanks for driving with me over this joint, man. I fucking appreciate that. Yeah. Let me give you a little handful of money right here. I got some on me. Right? You just keep, it's kind of a way to break the system where it's all fluid and we all have access to it when we need it. And then when we don't, we can funnel it to somebody else.
You just think about when you work in a neighborhood, when you when you're out on Saturday night, somebody has to make that shit happen. You don't get a lot of people don't get that Saturday night out and stuff. And I don't even think that deserves that. No. But that should add to a larger tip.
Seeing the regularity that I can go out and have a good good time, which is not, very regular. And then knowing, where we're at economically and stuff, it's just absurd because there's so much trash that needs to get picked up whenever I go anywhere. Like anytime I leave this place, I'm creating trash somewhere that someone else has to pick up. Yeah. And I want them to not, be afraid and like of having like, money for rent and food and all that stuff. Like we just do a disservice to each other. I don't know. Because you can feel better than somebody that's like scraping by, or say that like, oh, I made it from there and now I'm here,
But it also,
that survivorship bias shit.
If we're being fair too, it also shouldn't like be incumbent on us to make up that money, but it is, and we should take that responsibility on.
What?
Like I think that like when we're talking about restaurants and tipping, like they should straight up
if you got the money,
they should just straight up be making good money.
Yeah.
And but it is our responsibility because like
don't
we
go
know that they're not.
Don't go out to eat if you can't afford it.
Yeah. I've said that a lot. I mean, there's plenty of, you can go get fast food or whatever, like that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I tipped somebody at the roller skating rink and she was like, "Oh, for real?" I was like, "Yeah, for real. Like $5. Just take it."
A woman tipped me $20 one time for doing her kid's birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese.
Who was the other?
And it
Bojangles?
Was the only time that ever happened in my whole life. Like I threw all these kids' birthday parties over and over again. I was making $4.50 an hour while I worked there. I probably threw 100 birthday parties. I got one tip for $20, and it was the best day of my fucking life. Like I just couldn't even breathe.
When we went to when we were on tour, the Southern tour, the Hellfire Congregation tour, we stopped at, I think it was an Arby's. Did we stop at an Arby's eventually with the Trillbillies?
We did stop at an Arby's.
Everybody ordered, and I forgot my purse, which had like a check with a gigantic amount of money and lots of cash and all of everything. I left it inside of the fucking Arby's, and we're outside like just horsing around, talking shit, smoking joints for 20-some minutes. And we go to leave, and I realize I have none of that. And I run inside, and the girl that checked us out was like, "Oh, I saw your purse over there," so I grabbed it. And I was like, "Thank you so much." And I just grabbed $20 out of it and gave it to her. I was like, "That's your finder's fee." She was like, "Really?" I was like, "Yeah, absolutely. This would have ruined my fucking life." Like anybody else that was smart would have grabbed that fucking purse full of money and ran with it, right?
Fucking $20 is like, I mean, people don't, I think like, I don't know if people who make a decent amount of money understand how much of a difference $20 can actually make.
It's a lot. It's a lot for me.
I mean, for me, yeah. If somebody gives me $20, it guarantees I go out to eat that night.
Yeah, definitely.
Like it's a 100% guarantee that I'm getting some kind of food. Some kind of fast casual food with it.
Yeah.
All right.
Is that the show?
Yeah, that's the show. Brett actually accidentally, here's a funny thing. Brett, because we were sharing a Stubbs account on AMC, Brett accidentally charged movie tickets to my account, and it was $21, and I freaked out about it for like 2 hours. I was like, did somebody steal my card? One. Two, well, I wasn't going to call about it.
Yeah.
Dude, I wasn't even going to say anything.
You didn't think you signed up for something?
I did. I kind of was like, oh, I must have signed up for Stubbs. And then I looked up Stubbs, and that wasn't the case. And I was like, I didn't, I don't know why they did it, but I'm sure they had their reasons. And I was... Like I was complaining about it to you when I got here, but I wasn't going to do anything. I know for a fact that tomorrow, and I need that $20, by the way. I'm like real thin right now. And I was like, well, I'm sure they had their reasons. I can't argue with them because what are they going to do? Take it off?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't go to the movies. Well.
Right.
Yeah. So
every scammer says that.
I know, exactly. And it would have been the only thing,
How do you think we're going to do next week?
On the shows?
Yeah, we're doing live shows. What do you think?
Hopefully good. It was short notice, and basically I default to thinking 4 people are going to be at each show.
Prove them wrong.
Prove me wrong.
Indianapolis, Detroit, Chicago. Head to streetfightradio.com. There's a link on the main page. And if you want more content, we do live streams. We do live video commentary over TV shows. We do bonus audio. Head over to patreon.com/streetfightradio. Sign up for that monthly thing. we're coming up with something that is going to be announced, very soon, but we have a plan to move us towards a future that will be really good, and I think everybody's going to love it. And head over to Patreon. That's going to help us get this thing accomplished. We want to keep spreading this mess across the U.S., and we appreciate everyone that has continued to support us. If you want a Hellfire Congregation Tour shirt, there's a few left. If you want a Guys, Gals, and Non-Binary Pals shirt, there's a few left. Head over to store.streetfightradio to get all of that. We'll see you on Sunday. We're Street Fight. Peace.